Lottie Moss warned fans against taking Ozempic as she revealed she was rushed to the hospital after taking a high dosage of the drug. The 26-year-old model said she had a seizure when she was in the emergency room after she took a high dosage of the weight loss drug for 2 weeks. The drug caused her to be extremely ill. She said she couldn't keep water or food down without getting sick. After her trip to the hospital, she warned people against taking the dangerous drug. She had the seizure as she was severely dehydrated and told her dream on with Lottie Moss podcast that her face and hands clenching up was one of the scariest things she has ever gone through. Medical professionals told her that the dosage she was injecting into her leg would have been prescribed to someone who weighed at least 100 kilos. Meanwhile, the star is in her 50s range. She said, "A few months ago, I was not feeling happy about my weight. I had a friend and she could get it for me. It was below board from a doctor, but it wasn't like you go into a doctor's office and he prescribes it for you, takes your blood pressure, and takes tests, which is what you need when you go on something like Ozempic. At the end of the day, it is a medication, it is dangerous and really meant for weight loss of people of a very large size. When I was taking it, the amount that I was taking was meant for people who are 100 kilos and over, and I'm in the 50s range. It's these small things I wish I'd known before taking it. But I took it, you inject it into your leg, and it was the worst decision I ever made. This is a warning to everyone. Please, if you're thinking of taking it, do not take it. It's so not worth it." She was around 60 kilograms when she first went on Ozempic and dropped to 57 after her first dose. She swiftly dropped to 53 kilograms and started suffering from side effects like vomiting, loss of color in the face, and dramatic weight loss. She added, "I would rather die any day than take it again. It made me feel so nauseous. I took it for 2 weeks. It comes with a pen in different doses. You take one injection 1 week, one injection the next week, and you take it every week. And I've never felt sicker in my life. I was throwing up. It was horrible. I took a lower dosage the first time I took it, then I went up higher. I ended up being in bed for 2 days, felt so sick. My weight had dropped. While in the emergency room, she had a seizure because of severe dehydration. Her close friend had to hold down her feet while she suffered on the floor of the hospital room. The nurse was stunned to discover the dosage of Ozempic she was taking. We went to ER at 3 in the morning. We go and see one of the nurses, and she's like, 'How much of a dose are you taking?' I was like, 'However much,' and she was like, 'Oh my God, that's so not the amount you should be taking.' She asked how much weight I'd lost in 2 weeks, and I told her. She said, she sent me to the emergency room, and I got wheelchaired through the hospital. At one point, I went to the bathroom, and I felt really sick. I felt like I was going to pass out. I thought something was happening. I didn't feel good. As soon as I got into the room where I was seen by another nurse, I literally had a seizure from how dehydrated I was, which was honestly one of the scariest things that has ever happened to me in my life." Lottie added, "My friend Reese had to hold my feet down, and it was just so scary, the whole situation. I didn't know what was going on. My face was clenching up. My whole body was tense, my hands. It was so weird. Your hands clench up and you can't move them, and it feels like you're going to break your hand. It was honestly horrible.